everybody, Basket here. I'm here in the junction just east of the ice tray intersection that's down that way, and then this goes down to that what's it called? The cattle. I have the cattle farm down that way, and then over here I put these up for now just because I actually moved my beacon into this junction room because I'm going to work on the shifting floors this episode. And so I need to dig out a lot of space, and so up here is Wither Island, and I'm going to use the beacon to dig out a space for the shifting floors and make a cool room and stuff over here. So this is all going to be dug out, and then the shifting floors will be up there, and then they'll drop down. I have most of the supplies I need over here in this chest. Actually, I used up some of the string for something else, so I'll have to get some more string before I can complete it. But the link for the design I'm using is in the description down below. I originally saw it from one of Vechs' episodes, one of his Minecraft episodes, and he got the design from a different person. So I'm going to link both of those down below. And this is actually also my first Inversion episode using my new microphone. So I might have to tweak it in the next episode depending on the sound quality on this. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start digging out this area. I have my lightning pick number 1, so I'll be able to dig through all this stuff pretty quick, and I'll come back to you guys once I have this area hollowed out. Alrighty, so I've dug out the area. I've gathered up the string that I needed to get. So this is where they'll actually fall and then die right here. So I'll go ahead and head up here. Eventually I'll probably build another one on this side, or maybe not, but either way I figured I'd leave room in case I did. So head on up here. Here's the supplies that I needed. Those guys in there. And then the glass is to fill in some of the gaps. So the idea is I'll have water source blocks there and there, so that way I can kind of funnel them in, because there's going to be a 12 by 12 floor that they'll spawn on and then fall down. But so they don't have to fill up, because eventually I'm going to put a bunch of hoppers down here. So that way, instead of having to have hoppers all the way across this whole thing, then I'm able to just have hoppers in that area there to just kind of conserve on that. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see. These areas up here is for some of the mechanics part of it. So there's going to be 3 comparators for each thing, and then two hoppers, and then a piston that pushes a redstone block. You can see in the video down below if you wanted to see how to make it. I might kind of speed through it, or at least fumble through it maybe. So what I'm going to do first is head on over here, and the first thing to do is to put in the I'll grab all these actually. To put in the half slabs, the 12 by 12 grid. So I'll go ahead and put those in first. They'll be lined up. Right here will be the row of pistons pointing that direction, and then the same on that side. So they'll be pushing them here. So I'll go ahead and put those in. I'll skip some of the pistons for this row just so I can get up easier. Alright, so I have the 12 by 12. They'll eventually be shifted back and forth, so I left the gap in the middle and then just made this one be slightly different, just so it's a little easier to walk across. So that might help if you're trying to build this. And then we'll go down here and we'll get some blocks to build with, and then the regular pistons. These pistons need to be against this, but pointing towards the floor. So I'll put this in just as a block to build against. So these are going to be in like this, all the way across the whole thing, and then the same on the other side. And now actually I broke my stairs there, so I guess I'll go ahead and just fill in the rest. I can use these 2 doors on either side to get up and down. Alright, so next up, we'll put in the comparators. Well, I'll clean these out, I guess. And then a couple more over here. Oop, that's close. Because I could eat. And because in the thing I'm looking at, I have the video that I linked down below. I have it open to the side, and so the fact that I have the ceiling filled in might make it a little more difficult. So I might actually have to dig this out a little bit just to be able to build it. This is the side that has the 3 comparators. So we'll go ahead and put those in. And then the reason why these are comparators instead, it's a little bit more costly, but it doesn't put any light in the area. So this original design he was saying was actually for a witch farm, because then the comparators don't give off any light or any light lag. So it's a little bit overkill. Put these here, so that way I can light up the area, but eventually there'll be string running across the top here. Running across here. So then here there's just one, and then that way that's on the correct delay. Alright, and then we want to have some hoppers. So let's go ahead and get the hoppers. I'm not used to this new microphone yet, so hopefully I'm not going too far away from it. I may have to adjust it in post. So then these will be right against the, let's see, how do I do this? I will put in some junk stuff first, because we need a row of, trying to get these torches. We need a row of hoppers that are pointing in to these blocks. So we'll do that first. There we go. And then we'll get rid of all of these. And then we'll put in, I guess I'll get rid of this. Then we'll make the other ones point into those. So I'll have to shift, right click on them. And then, okay, and then next up we have a row of, oh, I should have brought them with me. A row of sticky pistons that will go on top of those. I guess we can grab a few things. Grab some of these, and a string we won't need quite yet. I'll grab these. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. We'll head back up here. So now we want the sticky pistons on top of these blocks. And then there may be blocks falling into these, and we'll find out shortly. Yeah, let me think about this. I want to, well, we'll see. We'll see how, somehow I'll need to be able to get those out. But for now, we'll put in these here. Get rid of that. And there's going to be solid blocks eventually on top of this, but first I will come down here. This isn't part of the, but just so I can try and access these guys to pull stuff out. I think, yeah, we'll see how this works. So we'll put in these guys. So then that will lock some of these hoppers. Good. So then this will let me get back here and pull out anything that I don't want in the system. And actually, while I'm here, each of these are actually going to need one block. So I will go ahead and put in a cobble into each of these. And then what that's going to do is once the top piston is triggered, it will do, it'll send a signal to the pistons. You'll see it when it's all done, but basically it's a one tick pulse, I guess. There we go. There's those two cobble. And then over here. Okay, good. So now we'll come up here, and this side is all done a little bit. So we'll come over here, and I will go ahead and I might need to get back in here. Let me think. No, I'll just fill it in. So we don't need anything. We don't want anything to spawn in the top area. So we'll go ahead and put these in here. And then these eventually will need to push. So I'll leave those open, and I'll leave, I guess, the bottom section here open as well, because there's nothing will spawn in there because it's small enough, so we don't have to worry about it. There we go. And then this top section here, I guess I will cover that. No, I won't need to, because there's going to be these here. These are actually where the latches will sit on them, on these blocks here. Latches, or tripwire hooks rather, all the way along here, right there. All right, so that is we're going to mimic the same sort of design over there, although instead of the instead of the one comparator, there's three. So I'll go ahead and build the other side, and then we'll come back and we'll do the string. All right, so now I have both sides built the same way. This one has 3 and that one only has 2. Or rather, did it again. This one has 3 and that one only has 1 in terms of comparators. So then the next thing to do is putting in the string, which I have still in the box. I'll go grab that, and then it should just work if we cross our fingers. One thing I also want to do is I want to put in some glass in this area here. So I'm going to put a layer of glass here, so that way monsters won't spawn, and I believe it also won't affect the tripwire hooks. So let's see. Let's do a test with that. So we'll do. Is that all? Okay, that is connected, right? Good. So good right there. We'll sneak on over to the other side. Right there, there. Oop, this one I put in extra one. Okay, so in theory, I think I missed this spot. Okay, so you heard the little click. That means it's active. So I'll come over here and I'll stand on this thing just so that it doesn't push me down. Interesting. So I did something wrong. Let's see. Oh, these are all pointing in the wrong direction. Let's see if that's the case. Yeah, because I'm trying to get these, find out what the power is from here. So let me head over to the other side and do the same thing. So yeah, it's trying to look at how much is inside of this hopper. So let's try this. Great. So then this pushes the floor back and forth. And then if you are, I think players don't fall through, but I believe monsters do. Or I'm using the wrong type of half slab, which is possible. We'll see. We'll have to see. Oh, no, I fell through that time. Interesting. All right, let me head back up there. And we'll do it from this side over here. So in theory, once I walk onto this square, so it is moving me back and forth. It was weird that it worked briefly, but then didn't work. So I think as players, it works a little differently than it does with monsters. But anyway, so I'm gonna flip these all around. Well, let's do a test with glass. So if I put glass in here, okay, so it's still able to do it. Good. So then what I'll do is I'll head over here. I'll put glass all along here. Or first I'll replace all these, switch them the right way, switch all those around, put in the glass, and I'll come back to you guys. And well, I guess I'll put in the rest of the string too, because I'm sure that'll be a tedious process. So I'll come back to you guys after the string, the glass, and these are all switched around, and once it's all done. All right, so it looks like the last one that I'm missing. Oh no. Why isn't this one going? Am I missing something? Seems like it's triggering. So this must not have a block in here. Yep. Let's try that. Go and put in a block. Fill this back up. So if I stand on here. There we go. Great. So now this is all going. I think the light flicker. Oh, it's actually from down below. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So this one's acting a little bit different. I wonder why this is down like that. That's kind of weird. But let's go ahead and fill in blocks here. And in the guy's video, actually, I'm not very close to my microphone. In this guy's video, they actually all finish on the same side every time. So I'm hoping that I don't have some sort of bug in my system. I guess we'll find out. I'll come back up here and I'll put in a row. Actually, it might be kind of hard to get to it from here. I have to come down here and use Silk Touch to get this glass back. And that way I can put it here and here. It's because we don't want them spawning on top of the pistons. Oh, I thought I was out of glass. No, I'm not. Okay, great. So now we can go ahead and close this up. Right, right here. I'm not going to worry about putting in pretty blocks for now. Come down here, and we'll close this side up. Yep, just like that. And then we'll come down to this bottom layer here, and we want to put. I'll get rid of these and these, and then we can do. Should have brought ice, but I didn't really think about it. Oh well. This might be kind of tricky to aim properly. Seems to be going pretty good, assuming I'm placing it on the right spots. But if it's going the right spot, then it shouldn't be going over the edge. Good. Okay. So then the idea is they get pushed down and then pushed right into that bottom spot. Oh, can I survive it? Yep, good. Good, good. Do the same to this side. Right here. Oop, that didn't work. Where'd it go? Oh, I guess it figured itself out. Right. Nope. Right. Darn it. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Yeah, ice would have been a lot easier. Alright, and right here. Nope. Right there. You can do it. Ah. That's pretty tough. Almost there. A little more. There we go. Okay, and then these should all just be there. Good. Excellent. So then this room should be all set. So in theory, if I did this correctly, anything good in here? Yeah, some stuff. When we come down here, I think I might have to retorch some of this bottom part because some water, yeah, some water dumped down. So we'll go ahead and head down there. Retorch the floor just so the so nothing spawns down here. Because I should have put it right directly on the wall, not on the floor. So in theory, bad guys will start dropping down. I don't have everywhere completely lit up yet right now, so there's a chance that that it might not be working quite right yet, or super efficiently. But in theory, monsters will spawn on that platform and then fall down. Because this should be far enough away from where I am standing here so that they'll actually spawn and they'll fall through. But there's a chance that that there isn't enough dark area around for them to actually spawn. Let's go ahead and make a quick X-ray just to take a look at the area. 2 fence posts. That's not what I want. That's not a fence post. 2 fence posts. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we'll make a little X-ray just to get an idea. We had that caving adventure with Scody and Puka over there, and then I've done a bunch of caving over that way. But it's possible that that it's not really all that well lit up yet. So let's take a look. All right, what do we have? Oh, diamonds right there. Sweet. So I see some dark caves there. Dark caves, yeah, diamonds right underneath me. That's cool. Looks like that's the spawning platform. It's hard to tell from this angle, but anyway, so I have to light up some more caves around the area, and then hopefully this thing will work. But in theory, if monsters do spawn up there, the floors would shift and they'd fall down. We'll see. Let's pop up there, see if anything did spawn, and it's just not working. That's possible. Yeah, it sounds like there's a spider in there, but it's not working. So there's some sort of flaw in the way I've set it up. Let's pop back up here. Try to get a look in here at what might be going on. So he's actually interesting. Yeah, so it isn't quite working. That spider should be... Oh, the spider wouldn't trigger it. Interesting. Because he's down here. I wonder why... I'm looking at the design on the screenshot next to me, and I guess it doesn't handle spiders. Well, that's interesting. What I don't understand is why that skeleton was sitting there. It seems like... Yeah, so I guess if there's a spider that gets in there, then that causes problems. And then also the skeleton, for some reason, didn't trigger it. So I'll have to debug the system a little bit. That's the idea, at least. But apparently it's not quite working. So we'll see if I can debug it, and then I'll come back to you guys. Alrighty, guys. We're up here. I've raised up the ceiling a little bit, which I think seemed to help with the spawn rate. And then there's actually, if you log out, when I think when there's a spider or something on here, and then it activates it, then it kind of freaks out. So eventually something might spawn on here, and then it'll fix this piston from freaking out. Or I'll have to make sort of a reset switch that maybe will trigger every day with a daylight sensor. But anyway, so this is the top. I've increased the top a little bit, or the height. And the other thing I did, just to try and avoid possible issues, was I took out the glass that was right below these, although I don't think it actually had any impact. One thing I ran in that I noticed is that spiders will spawn on here. They don't trigger the tripwires, and they'll just sort of sit up here. So that's something I'll have to address at some point, probably. For now, every now and then I just come up here and kill some spiders. So let's go ahead and head back down. I'll show you what I did down there. The other thing I've done since the last... I'll get down here so you guys can actually see. Since the last episode, I've gone... Or, not the last episode, but the last scene of this episode. I've gone through and I've done a whole bunch of caving to try and light up the area, because the spawn rates were pretty weak. So down here, this is where they fall down. I have hoppers going all through here, and then they all funnel in to this wall into that corner over there. And then over here, I have a whole row. It's an item elevator that I've shown before in the Skelly spawner section. So there's already stuff going through here. Looks like it already grabbed it, but I have mail. I'm turning off my phone. So the items come through into here, and then they go up the item elevator. And then they go through the same sort of sorting system that I have at the Skelly spawner. I don't remember if I've showed it or not, but I actually fixed up the Skelly spawner one as well, because I had all this moved over one, which caused some problems with this redstone here interacting with these. So this is moved back a little bit. I have little signs to help me know which one is which. I'm using fence posts. I figure that's less likely to end up in the system than I was using slime balls at the other one. So this works out pretty well. So I can just hang out here. Eventually I might put in some sort of better wall system, just so that something doesn't sneak up on you when you're AFKing in here. So while we were down there, something fell. But let's see if we can see something fall. Maybe I'll cut to where something falls. The other possibility, actually, it might be night. Up top, there shouldn't be any or much land. I actually lowered the land on Wither Island so that it's underneath the water, and then the surrounding islands. But let's just, yeah, so it is night. So let's just sleep it off, just in case. And then we'll see if that helps at all. I'll head on over here. Come on. Well, I guess while we're waiting, MaxWriter actually just joined the server. Scody already has a video out adventuring with him. So you should definitely, if you haven't already, check out MaxWriter's channel. I'll put a link down below. And eventually, I think right now he's not on the membership website. There you go. There's a guy. Although it's just rotten flesh, so that's not very exciting. He's not on the membership website yet on our website, but he'll be on there shortly. Just have to update it. All right. Well, anyway, so I don't have labels on this side yet, but this is, I believe, gunpowder. So there's not a whole lot, but the gunpowder that I've gotten from adventuring, I've been putting in somewhere else. So this is purely just from here. Bones, arrows. What was that? I thought I saw some fire or lava or something. Yeah. String, and then the other stuff. So a couple times I'll kill a spider up there, and then so I'll get the spider eye, or Enderman will sometimes spawn, I guess, up there, because this is half slabs, so they won't spawn in here. But they spawn up there, they fall down, they don't actually die. So sometimes I'll go down there and then just kill some of the Endermen. But let's go ahead and take a look at the walls. I'll take this out here. So, oop, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's try that again. Oh, this pick is... Oh, I'm still underneath. That's right, I have my beacon still up over here. Alright, do that X-ray. So it looks like there's a little cave there. Skeleton, 2 skeletons in there. And then I believe that sort of weird looking stuff over there. Actually, I don't know how this will look on YouTube. But anyway, that little stuff that's over there, I think, is either spiderweb or also mobs. So I need to get in there and light those up. Looks like there's some sort of watery thing underneath there. I'll have to do. So there's still some caving to do. So that's why the spawn rates aren't real great. But it's sort of a passive system anyway, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But I would like to be. It doesn't need to be DocM perfect, but I would like it to be at least more efficient than it is right now. So I might do some more caving adventures, either with myself or with other people, possibly. But yeah, this is the shifting floors design. I'll probably, when I add in more, instead of putting it over here first, I'll actually stack it up on top. And then that way I can utilize these same hoppers. Because otherwise, if I put it over here, I'd have to fill in this whole section here with more hoppers. And then that would take more hoppers. But if I just stack them up until it's below the surface, I'm not sure how much room I have, but if I just stack them up, then when they'll spawn on whatever platform, fall down, trigger the tripwire, and then they'll just end up falling all the way down. So there's a skeleton in that case. Sometimes they'll spawn in little packs. I'm pretty sure these bats don't interfere with with the spawn rates, but if that's not correct, go ahead and post down in the comments down below to let me know, and I might put in some sort of thing to kill anything that might have dropped down here, like Enderman or the bats, where it'll just dispense lava, kill everything in the chamber. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below if that's the case. But I believe that it's just like a passive mob; it doesn't count. But there is the shifting floors design, and this is also with my new microphone. So I've got a new microphone in between the beginning of this episode and now, so hopefully my sound quality is better now than before. I could be wrong. It's been about a week that I've been making this episode. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.